that we or because it'll either be that or the only other thing is then it would be something like 2 or 3, but then you'd miss out on goal. Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Okay. So we've just seen the dismissal of Kern, who's failed a second time in 2 games. The skipper, he's been away on a yoga and meditation retreat the last 4 days. And obviously he's come back in a state of zen and hasn't been able to pick up the ball. Playing away from his body. Piyush bowling quick. 108 clicks that last one. As Agrani comes into bat. And I'll just share some of the misfits insights as Agrani comes in. So, although he's a quiet sort of guy, he's generally not an overthinker. In the team huddles, I don't think he's ever said anything. And starts off with a boundary and very quick to signal that one as well. So exciting start. 1 for 5 at the end of 1, the Lampard Lions. Nakul the Goat Rao to open the bowling. He has been here probably since I'd say an hour before the start of play, pretending to do work on his computer. So just some insights about Nakul. He works for his dad's business, so he works from home, and most of the day he's thinking about either SPL or cricket training. As he bowls the first one outside the off stump. And Kanga looking to nudge it to cover in that gap and misses, and there's no run. Nakul. And that's the other little obsession he's got, fixing the pitch. Notice when he's batting later on today how much he plays with the pitch. Kanga gets one off the elbow and it goes over the net. And it's a dot ball, there's no run. Now the general tactic that Nakul employs is to bowl mostly short up the hill. As I say that, he pitches one up. Misses and there's no run. You'll see that around 60% of his balls will be short, and he'll bowl the odd outswinger on a length. Here he bowls at a good length, swinging away from Kango, covers nicely, there's no run. Goes over the net, and it's a dot ball, there's no run. Cool bowls, shortish down the leg side, and there's no run. Another common factor we're finding in this season's SPL is some balls are swinging and some aren't, and as a team I think it's very quick, very important to work out very quickly whether your ball is going to swing or whether it's going to be one that doesn't, and adjust your length accordingly. As Nakul bowls to Kanga. Short of a length and outside the off stump, and beats him, and there's no run. At the end of 2 overs, Lampard Lions 1 for 6. Kern the man out for a duck, caught behind off the bowling of Piyush. An excellent catch once again to Joel, who I think is arguably the best keeper that SPL has ever seen, although Heelsy's up there as well.
There's 2 mics now.
2 mics. Okay, we've got another commentator. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing his voice, but we've got the original GOAT.
The GOAT's here. Around.
As Agrani faces up. Piyush bowls a quick ball on the stumps. Agrani inside edges, and there's no run. Oh, there's 1 run, sorry.
How did Ken go?
Kern played at a ball, fished at a ball outside, sort of half played and nicked off. Piyush bowls, hits that little dead spot in the pitch and goes through to the Joel. Agrani, no shot offered, there's no run. 1 for 7 after 2.2. Your thoughts on this game so far, Rick?
It's going to go, well, Kern has got himself out again, which questions his selection choice, do you think about having a look about Anil Bala getting dropped for this game?
Did Anil Bala?
Yeah. Copy now. Yeah, Anil Bala.
Anil Bala was dropped for this game, was he?
Anil Bala was dropped for this game.
You are kidding me.
The Minners boys aren't happy about it.
Wow, that is the most controversial.
Half the viewers have left. And begs the question, why is Ayush in there where he hasn't bowled an over?
Wow, that has taken the whole. Now, I'll tell you an insight about Colonel. He is a very impulsive captain. He goes very emotional captain.
Very emotional.
He
you saw the emotion there in that last
believes
ball.
in a thing called gut instinct 99% of the time. So sometimes logic doesn't exist when gut instinct takes over.
Oh, agree there.
As Piyush bowling a good line to Agrani. Piyush bowls. Agrani lets the ball pass outside the off stump. There's no run. Looking to get through Piyush's over. Agrani's generally been out either aggressively looking to hit the ball through covers, or he does get bowled from time to time as well.
Last game, Agrani got out with a slow ball.
Piyush bowls. Agrani's come out with a very different mindset today. Normally he looks to attack pretty early. He looks to play shots, but today he's looking to just hang in there and bat for time. So very different Agrani we're seeing.
That's the end of the over. 8 for 1 after 3. The last ball's 108 Ks from Piyush.
Knuckle Rao to bowl to Kanga. And Kanga's a handy batsman, isn't he?
He did his job last game, made 21 runs.
Even in the HBL, there were some very solid performances from Kanga. What is Kanga's background? Where does he play? He plays district?
District apparently. Him and Knitz bat well for the Retro Roosters in B grade.
Okay. There you go. Premier cricket background.
Premier cricket background.
Knuckle Rao bowls. Kanga edges. And goes past that man at the point door. No chance for Bunty to get that one. There's no run.
Knuckle's saying to bring his length back. Or bring the fielder back, I think.
Knuckle Rao runs in and bowls. Short of a length into the rib cage.
Field prompts the spoon.
Knuckle bowls. Definitely enjoys getting across the stumps, this Kanga, really covering the line of that outswinger. As Knuckle Rao bowls. Picks that one up and tries to bowl one that comes back in, but
very obvious slow ball.
Loses the radar on it a bit and bowls another wide. It's unlike Nicole to be bowling this many wides. Kanga plays that one well. Straight down, Bunty fields, there's no run.
Could be a dot ball.
Rao bowls a short one to finish up with. Kanga lets that one fly through. At the end of 4 overs, Lampard lines, 1 for 10. Joel's bowling could be the X factor here, I feel. Rick?
Joel's slow balls. I mean, it worked on Agrani last game.
I just feel, looking at the...
Just a quick fact, both teams have not won a game yet.
The statistician and umpire.
That's cold.
He does it all. Both teams have not won a game so far.
That's big.
Playing for their first points.
The Falcons are up here. On Sunday they were a little bit flat. First and second games are not talkative. Today they are.
As beautiful outswing.
Just misses stumps.
Gabby? Sumit bowls, this time drifts down the leg side, trying to bowl that magic ball swinging from leg stump to hit off stump. And Agrani, that's bread and butter for Agrani, flicks that one through for 1 run.
What do you comment about Agrani's attire today? High-waisted ankles.
It is, he's an accountant, so...
The accountant look?
The accountant look, yeah. I think he wears slim fit suit pants to work as well.
Ankle high as well?
Super skinny. Bought from ASOS in a navy blue.
Any questions, please direct us. We're waiting for
As
you.
Agrani faces up, Sumit bowls outside the off stump, left alone by Agrani.
I knew I had better figures than Kern. Why was Kern not dropped?
That's great.
What's the question? Do you want to repeat that?
So the question was, Neil had better figures than Kern. Why was Kern not dropped?
Yes. Yes. It is a very, very good question, and I think, Rick,
He's a skipper.
sometimes you've got to take a step back, and maybe there is some scope for the skipper to get some slack. What do you think?
Definitely.
Okay, we've got
Subod.
Subod Chakraborty to bowl.
Sliding down the leg there.
So Kanga's batting for a while. He's still only on the 1 run. How many balls has he faced? 13 balls for 1 run. Yeah. Subod's generating a little bit of pace up the hill here. Is Kanga hanging in there as he faces, and very whippy action. And one thing that is common amongst fast bowlers in SPL, he's got a very delayed action. So the back arm comes through very late, which allows him to get a full lever arm and generate a little bit more pace. So if you watch this again, the very delayed back arm. You'll notice some of the world's great fast bowlers. Jasprit Bumrah is another one with a very delayed back arm.
It's a great over. 1 run from it. 14 for 1 after 6.
Just a quick fact. Jasper Boomerang has been ruled out of South Africa Test series.
I heard that.
Yes. With what fractures?
Lower back stretch.
Let's talk about that, Rick, because that's a passion area of mine. Stress fractures in fast bowlers. Now, I do recall an interview with Jasprit Bumrah a while ago when they were talking about domestic cricket in India, and they were talking about how they bowl and bowl and bowl and bowl, and they don't worry about. In Australia, we're very caught up on this is the amount of numbers of overs you can bowl. In the domestic scene, and the physios, the sports scientists, they calculate how many overs someone's bowled across the season. But in India, they tend to just bowl and bowl and bowl. I know he hasn't been playing domestic cricket, but he has been India's primary bowler. Do you think taking him to West Indies was a bad decision? Do you think he should have sat out of the West Indies tour?
Maybe not. I mean, Australia has the technology and the background to see when bowlers have prone to get injured at a specific time. Maybe India hasn't caught on to that sports science yet.
As we talk about sports science, Sumit has gotten a big wicket of Agrani. That one just popped up a little bit. Agrani looking to work it through mid-wicket, but it just got him a little high up on the handle, and it lobs up nicely to Bunty, who takes a safe catch.
Called it in the Alpha Premier League Cup here. There was another slow ball that got Agrani out. Maybe Agrani is falling to the slow ball now these days.
Yes, so for those of you watching, there's a pattern developing here.
Slower ball.
Who have we got next coming in? We've got the Dev coming in, who did dismiss me with a full toss once, and yes, he's also deceptively quick. So back on that topic, on stress fractures, Bhargav seems to think it's his action.
I think, well, there is talk from our Ducks chat that Sugi believes he's a chucker.
Sugi, he's a passionate Sri Lankan fan, so any Indian bowler will be a chucker inside.
Definitely off the thigh pad
Top
there,
of the
and there's no run. Whereas I would disagree with Bhargav a little bit. I don't think that it can be his action. Normally with stress fractures in youngsters, we see the action become a factor, but normally in slightly older bowlers, not that he's old, but normally bowlers over the age of 20, it's overload that leads to stress fractures, repetitive loading on the spine. So now, there are cases obviously of guys like Brett Lee who've had to remodel their action, and his was most definitely an action related issue. But I think the Indian sports science is up there as well, Ricky. You'd be surprised with the amount of money they have. They have some of the best physios in sports science.
With the amount they have, well, wouldn't be surprised.
So I'm sure they'll get some sensors on him and
Hashtag BCCI.
have a look at his action. In fact,
15 for 2 after 7, Subod will continue. Very slow.
Kanga on 4 off 18 balls. Oi.
I think Anil is done with this performance. He's left.
Anil is on the phone, texting. Is he on the minnows case? Or is he texting and he misses?
meant the other Anil.
Oh, I thought about the Anil Bala there on the phone.
So Ricky's also texting, so maybe that's why he missed that one. Who are you texting, Rick?
I'm texting the YouTube chat. Any questions, ask me. I've got a question from Kiraba. Anything you learned about the 2 games you played with your team? What have I learned?
Ricky's learning one of your...
That's out, caught!
That's
Take the
another
ball.
catch from one of SPL's primary wicket keepers, Joel. Brilliant. And Subodh bowling very, very quick. And
That was a great catch from Joel.
have you seen Joel drop a catch
Yes, he
behind the
dropped
stumps?
2 off me last game when I was batting.
Ricky just has a luck thing.
The GOAT.
A bit of a luck.
The
leading run
luck
scorer.
just seems to fall for the GOAT as a bit of family love here. My brother's come out to bat. And
He's caught out with a slow ball off these days.
here he comes facing Subodh. And he tucks one off his hip. And there's no run. I think it's fair to say I bowled him plenty of those in the backyard.
Oh.
Short at his rib cage.
That's the inside gossip from the batted family.
Subodh bowls. And Divyam gets back and across and plays. He doesn't mind that ball, the back and across ball. I definitely think it is the slow ball, the change of pace. Very similar to my least preferred delivery when I'm batting as well. Is that change of pace. So it's a dangerous game, commentating. I'm giving away a lot of secrets.
I know it is. I'm giving away a lot of secrets.
By saying that you're the leading run scorer.
Well, I'm the leading run scorer.
As Dev has got a bit of a rescue job to do now. Tucks one off the hip. And there's no run.
A question from Faz. Do you think Anil Bala's action needs to be remodeled?
Look,
Going to overstep inside.
I do think, yeah, Anil Bala. So the question was, does Anil Bala's action need to be remodeled?
Yes.
Considering he was dropped from this game, I might take that question to Colonel himself at the end of the innings.
I would like to. I think you need
I
to
might go down and ask him that question now and see what he says. Just going to try not to fall down this ladder as I go.
We got Nitin going down at Kern to have a live chat there.
Just specifically to answer that question.
Bit around the mix up, that's out!
An unbelievable piece of fielding by Piyush, whose direct hit run out. That's not what they needed right now. As Dev Singh run out for a duck. He's quite a danger man when he wants to be, and that takes a score to 16 for 3. It's a bad time to interview Kern, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I know that the situation of the game isn't really warranted for an interview, but we've got a question on the live chat. Do you mind if I ask you that question?
The Nat Goat has requested something. What did he say?
Does Anil Bala's action need to be remodeled?
Oh,
No, I don't think
there
so. I
has
think
been
I'm
a
massive
mix-up
believer
with
is
Anil.
if that's your natural
Machandi.
you should
What
back
did he say his
yourself.
name? Is he?
Just like
Merchandani.
I think Anil's action is
Merchandani.
actually strength. It's actually.
That's how you say it.
I find it very hard to pick his balls, and I think a lot of that has to do with his action. If he keeps backing himself, and I know the skill that he has, is going to pull off really good bowling with his current action right now.
That is the brilliance of the Alpha Premier League. You heard it first. A live chat with the skipper explaining Anil Bala's action and what he needs to do to improve. And Colonel, the decision behind leaving him out, was it purely based on his action?
No, it wasn't actually. It was between Anil or Ayush that I had to leave out. Ayush didn't get a bowl. I thought his intensity in the field was brilliant. He got a run out, and I think those kind of things have to be rewarded. And it's really important to give everyone a go and keep the team morale up, because it's not just about the team that's playing on. It's about the whole squad. The whole squad as a group, 10 people, is a lot stronger than just 8 people in the field.
There it is. Give Kern the mic and he will deliver. And Colonel, just the last question, I'll let you go, mate. Your thoughts on this situation so far, 19 for 4?
I haven't experienced this for a long time, actually. We've just been so used to putting scores on the board, HPL, normal season. I think it's a really good test for the boys. I know it's going to get easier going down. We just got to get through it. We've got to get through it. We've got to build a partnership and keep working on it.
And that's an absolute treat for the viewers to get the skipper's thoughts live. I'm going to try and take this to the next level and interview the next batsman coming in as to his thoughts going into it. And Kern's telling me I'm not allowed to, but again, I'm going to do it anyway. And it's Nishant. Nishant who's nervously waiting to go in next at 22 for 4. And I'll just see whether he wants to have a chat to us. Nishant, the viewers are requesting an interview time. As Anil pounds one down the ground and gets the 6. That is exactly what the Lampard Lions needed, and I've got permission from Nishant to interview him as to his thoughts going in. So, Nishant, how are you feeling about going in next to bat?
Pretty tense, to be honest. Not usually used to batting any time before 15 overs. Just for the first time I'm playing 10, 12 overs. I need to get used to this, I guess, the way the team's built. Got a lot of all-rounders, so I might have to step up in batting.
Nishant, do you get nervous before you go out to bat?
Nah, I just like to smash every ball. It doesn't matter who it is, but that's why I get out too early as well. So that's it.
What about the last game? Do you have anything to say about the dismissal?
I just hate Nitin, so that's the thing.
There you go. Again, you heard it first. Alpha Premier League interview with the upcoming batsman. Where else do you get this? As the music goes quiet. All right, we'll let these boys focus on the game. It's a very tense situation of the game. Bunty bowls. Another run out's on, but Bunty misses the stumps. I think he would have made it anyway, and there's no run. Going to try and interview the players on the field now and take this to another level again. As Bunty bowls. Is there an outside edge there for Div? And he nicks off and he's caught behind. And we are seeing an absolute collapse here from the Lampard Lions at 33 for 5. I'm going to see if we can get an on-field interview.
Oh, really? On-field
just
interview
a quick
here.
question. Just a quick question. Maybe we'll try and get Bunty at the end of this
No, I'm on now.
end of this ball and see what he's going to bowl first ball. Bunty. Quick question from the viewers. What are you going to bowl this ball, Bunty? We've got Bunty who's about to deliver the ball. He's going to tell us what he's going to bowl live.
A short ball for sure.
There you go. You heard it first. What Bunty's going to bowl next ball. Let's see what happens. A short ball, first ball. Let's see if he's double bluffing us. Bunty runs in and bowls. It's slightly short. Outside the off stump. Nicely played from Nishant. Gets off the mark. You heard it from Nishant. He loves to play aggressively. He's just going to play shots no matter what as he cuts this one. And there's one run. Bunty thinking that it's over. As here he comes. Going down the leg side. And there's no run. So at the end of 11 overs, Lampard Lions 35 for 5. Gonna see if I can get another on-field interview. Maybe from Knuckle Rao as he bowls this. He'll be a good one to interview. So we'll go over there and see if we can interview him live before every ball.
Our commentator is running around. He's going to go right into Knuckle. Oh yeah, it's working. He's going around to Knuckle there.
All right. As Knuckle Rao bowls. And there it is! That's a massive wicket! I wish we'd got onto him before that wicket.
Massive celebration.
As Ricky trying to talk over the top of me, and I've just
You can see Nitin in the corner there.
taken over the mic here to interview Knuckle Rao. Ayush Gupta, who was out for a first ball duck last game. He's in a situation where he could really justify his selection over Anil Bala. And we'll try and get Knuckle. I've got Knuckle right now on the line just before he's about to bowl the first ball to Ayush. Knuckle, what's this first ball going to be to Ayush? Come close to them. Come close to the mic.
I think I'm going to follow what you're doing, full and on the stumps.
Full and on the stumps. Ayush Gupta on a pair, on a king pair. Knuckle Rao, quite the bowler. I think we're going to see an outswinger, full and on the stumps. Here we go. bowled in. There it is. Oh, what a brilliant piece of cricket. You heard it first on the Alpha Premier League. Knuckle Rao called it and absolutely delivered. That's the mark of a champion. That's a king pair for Ayush. And Anil Bala, who's gone home, probably tuning in on YouTube. And he's being dropped from the side, definitely not being justified, as the Lampard Lions boys come out looking absolutely devastated. No energy whatsoever. Twice in a row they've been rolled, so... Look, we've seen stranger things than this happen in SPL, but they'll definitely need 2 or 3 early wickets here if they're going to make anything happen, especially with a guy like Nakul Rao in the top of the order. Nakul, can we get you for a second for a post-interview? He's going to come around. We'll see what the equal most expensive player in SPL history, Alpha Premier League history, say.
Fixing the balls up here, down. He's lacquering the balls here.
As we've got the man himself, we've got Nakul Rao, 2.5 million, the equal most expensive player in SPL Alpha Premier League history, who's just called the wicket before he's bowled it. It doesn't get any better than that. That's like Shane Warne, Glenn McGrath calling their wickets. So Nakul, how'd you think that innings went for you guys? Like 35, I think that's all you're chasing is 30, 35. Do you think that you've much wrapped the game sealed?
Not at all. Absolutely not at all. It is, the cream of the crop. We can't get complacent. It all depends on the start that we make here. We told the boys that don't think like you're chasing 35. Think like you're chasing 100. They've got a lot of talent because we obviously play with a lot of these guys. So I don't think that it's going to be a cakewalk by any means.
Always quite the humble man, but I think the question on everyone's mind is the bonus point on? Are you going from the bonus point from ball one?
I think we're going to bat positively. Let's not go with bonus point in mind. Obviously, bonus point is going to be ideal for us given the start that we've had in the tournament, 2 losses. So if we can get the bonus point, it'll be massive for us.
I think in a situation like this where you're chasing 35, that's only 3.5 runs and over to win the bonus point. So you don't even really need to try to win the bonus point. I think normal batting will get you there.
That's exactly what we're saying. Like, no point in batting like we need 10 and over. Just outside edges here and there will do it for us.
And Nakas, your thought on Anil Bala being left out of the side?
Devastating. For Karan Kapoor to retain his spot and Anil Bala to get dropped, it's unbelievable.
We won't take a break. In fact, I'm going to interview Anil Bala and find out his thoughts straight up. Anil, can we borrow you for a moment? I've got Anil Bala with me. Who's going to have a chat about the decision that Kern made to leave him out. Anil, Ayush made a king pair. Do you feel you should have played ahead of him?
I think Ayush was picked as a bowler, so if he does the job with the ball, I think it's his decision's vindicated, so hopefully he gets it done.
Are you disappointed?
A little disappointed, but we've got a bunch of quality 9, 10 players, so it's got to be some hard decisions, so hoping to get back in the squad soon.
Quite the professional Anil Bala. As Nishant bowls a full ball outside the off stump and gets through, there's no run. And Anil, do you think the score would have been different for you guys had you been in the side?
Hopefully I would have liked to think that I would have added a few more runs to that total, but all it takes is a couple of good overs and we're right in this game.
And Anil, last question. Do you think you need to remodel your action? Is a question we got on the YouTube live.
I've been working on it, but a bit too lazy to actually go through with the whole process. So
the audience is just a bit worried that you might be at risk of stress fractures.
That's all right. I've modelled my action on Bumrah, and he seems to be fine. So
actually, he's currently got stress fractures, and he's out of the next series. So yeah.
Ominous signs. All right, I might have to do it next pre-season.
There you go. So you heard it first from a player who's been dropped. Where else do you get commentary like this? If you guys are enjoying this, let us know on the YouTube live so we keep this coming. Otherwise, if you want me off the commentary, let me know as well and I'll give it back to Ricky. Nishant bowls a full ball, well played. There's no run.
Lyndon's been running running around, interviewing everyone. What did Anil Bala say?
Well, Anil Bala seemed to think that I'll quote him. I said, Anil Bala, do you think you need to change your action? Anil Bala said, I've modelled my action on Jasprit Bumrah and he seems to be fine. Maybe a screenshot of the Minnows chat would go well on the... Can you put screenshots on a live YouTube chat?
You can. I think you can, no? You can't?
Bhargav, he's obviously tried. Div bowls and Joel drives through the covers, gets stuck in the door. 3 runs. Joel defense. There's no run. Some brilliant chat happening on the YouTube live page. We're absolutely loving it. Keep it coming. As Joel slaps down the ground, Div misfields. There's a boundary. That's not what you need when you're only defending 35.
100%.
I think the sting has somewhat gone out of this game, Ricky.
Pretty short.
There's Joel defense. We've seen a different Joel so far this tournament. He's come out very, very aggressive every time I've seen him bat.
That's led to his downfall. He's trying to work himself forward.
Yeah.
He's been out of form for about a month, he said.
As he smashes this one down the ground for 6. He's obviously come out this tournament with a different mentality, looking to hit boundaries from ball 1. As Div bowls a little wide.
They're chasing the bonus point.
Yeah. To be honest, he's looked to bat like this every time I've seen him bat. We've probably seen 2 quite short games here. As the equation now comes to just 21 runs required.
So, with point standing, with the loss you get 2 points. A bonus point loss you get 0 points. This could put Kern right back.
Yeah, and a bonus point win for the Francis Falcons.
We'll get them off the mark.
So yeah, get them off the mark in style. Straight to the mid-table.
And Kern will be at the bottom.
How's that YouTube chat looking?
That
Is there anything new on that YouTube chat?
Has Kern ever been at the bottom of the ladder? When he first started.
The statistician on it again. Bhargav.
The back chat from the back there we're hearing.
And we're hearing that, what was it, Bugs? When he first started Misfits, we were on the bottom of the ladder. So, as Nishant bowls, Sumit edges, that's 1 run. Is there much happening on the chat?
Nothing really. Any questions? Direct us.
Anyone you want interviewed, any questions you want asked? The statistician on it again, letting us know that Joel's striking at a strike rate of 216.67.
6-7.
Any interviews you want done? Anil Bala, anything you want to ask Anil Bala about the game, about his love life, about his family, about his sexual interests, anything. There's no limits because the sting's kind of gone out of this game at none for 17.
We're past 10 o'clock.
You mean the love song dedications? Ricky, should we get a love song dedication?
Yeah, we need to put something on. You want to pick something out of there?
Love song. Maybe we'll give the
Put
the
Careless
YouTube.
Whispers on.
What's that?
Careless Whisper.
Go for it. Love song dedication. Careless Whispers for Anil Bala and his loved one. This one's for you, Anil. Here we go. Ayush Gupta, can he justify his selection with a couple of wickets? Oh! He's had the ball snatched out of him.
The other Anil's taken the ball.
Yes.
Controversy all around there.
Really, Kern having no faith in Ayush.
There is talk of a delisted free agent, Anil Bala.
As Joel drives down the ground for 2 runs. And we'll just turn this music right up. Anil ball, slow ball. Joel smashes down the ground. There's another boundary. This game is all but over.
Oh yes, it's on.
Anil bowls another slow ball. And this one is smashed even further down the ground.
They are racing towards this target, and net run rate is calculated by overs as well.
So massive win coming up here for the Francis Falcons. Massive percentage booster. Watch out. Joel seems to have got himself back into form.
That's 4 runs.
And what a way to win the game. And on drive.
That's the quickest commentary game we've ever done.
Brilliant. Let's all go home, have something to eat, and go to bed on time. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
We'll put a... There is post-match.
Oh, yes.
You want to ask the questions?
Yes. Let's do the post-match presentation.
Get him to do it. Nitin.
Okay. So I'll be doing the post-match presentations. If there's any questions you want asked, let me know now, and I'll ask the two skippers. I think it might be a bit controversial to talk about Anil Bala being dropped again, so I probably won't mention that.
Yeah,
Early
I'm on.
night. So Nikhil's going to join me for this presentation
DJ Rich is in
ceremony.
the house.
I've loved
Madam
every minute of this,
doing
probably
the
more than
post-match
playing.
Presentation. It's not the Tony Gregg we wanted.
If you guys are tuning in, stay there. We'll make the presentation ceremony as quick and as exciting as possible.
He can't hear me. But I'm talking about you right now.
For those of you still tuning in, man of the match. Who are we thinking? Looks like that knock from Joel, 29, I think. Let's join the huddle. What's that? What is it? Was Anil's dropping the cause of this capitulation? What was the real reason behind Bala's dropping? Okay, I will ask each and every one of those questions. Thank you, everybody, and welcome to the official Alpha Premier League post-match presentation. Commiserations to the losing side. Can I get Kern Kapoor out here once again? Colonel, you... Okay, thank you. Colonel, you made some selection decisions at the start of this game. Did you feel that they were justified at the end?
I don't think that made much of a difference. Yeah, it's just one player. There's just one player.
He's normally not a man of few words, but not much to say on that topic. So what do you think went wrong today?
First of all, Joel was brilliant behind the stumps. You get 3 catches behind the stumps. That does a massive job. And then he just finished it off with a bat. Alpha Premier League shit, we rocked up 2 weeks late, and you just realize how intense this competition is, and how ready everyone is, and how strong the teams are. And our boys have a lot of catching up to do, but there's only one way up. And if we come back strong, I was telling to the boys that first win's going to feel really, really sweet.
And any positives to take out of today's match? Anything that you can see that's going to help you for future games?
Not really. From this match, first match, I think we started strong. We were switched on. Nish bowled well, Agrani bowled well. Anil, this match, he was looking solid as well. He didn't have many partners. He had to go take a piss at the wrong time, and he was one batsman down the order. And Dev's looking really solid. I reckon if we can work with his running, he's a
he's a really solid cricketer, and I'm looking forward to how this team's going to build throughout the season.
Okay, thank you, Colonel. Good luck for your next game. We can now get the winning captain, Bunty. Bunty Buddy, first win for you guys.
Yeah, it was really good because Sunday did not turn out good for us. We played 2 games, lost both of them. We worked on the things that we had to from Sunday, implemented those, and it worked for us.
Bunty, what things did you change about this game? What do you think helped you perform as well as you did today?
Mainly, we tried and worked on our fielding and bowling, just working on our strengths, what we spoke about. That's it, pretty much. The competition's pretty fair and even over here. Just want to work on the strength of our team, not think too much about it.
And any changes to your tactics plan for the next few games?
Now, we'll just try and stick to the same things that we're doing right now. Hopefully, that works for us.
Perfect. Congratulations and good luck for your next game. Okay, a lot of good performances in this game, but I think one clear standout. The House of Golf Man of the Match Award goes to Joel. Congratulations, Joel. He's looking to run away, but no, we need a quick interview, Joel. Big win for you guys. A few games into it, and good to get one. Good to get one finally on the board.
Yeah, much needed win actually after the first 2 losses on the same day. Morale was down. Obviously, after the second game was a close one, but we backed ourselves. We knew our strengths, and we always wanted to come back strong, which is what we did today. An excellent performance today on all 3 aspects. Fielding was great, which was a bit down in the first game that we noticed, and we also talked about bowling in a channel. Knuckles a great inspiration for the team, and he pulls the team up as well. So overall, yeah, we did really well in all 3 aspects. Even 35 is tricky, as we know in SPL back in the days. There are teams which couldn't even chase on 35, so we went with a positive mindset as well. Lucky to cross the lines.
Always a team man, but what about your personal batting? It seems like you're looking to come out and bat pretty aggressively from ball 1. Is that a different tactic this tournament that you're employing?
Honestly, wasn't a tactic at all. Hadn't planned as such. I just back myself every time. I just play the balls wherever it's in the zone, and that's what I did. Luckily, I got away with. Thanks, Anil, for bowling 4 back-to-back slow ones. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I was just backing myself up. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you for your time. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thanks to the umpires, sponsors, everyone that stayed back to watch. Have a good night.
That brings the end of Games 8. We'll be back on Sunday for our live stream APL game. The Woolwich White Walkers take on the Bills Beasts. I'll be looking to go 3-0. And we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.